Hey guys, what's up? This is OKpop Justin. So back in March, I went to South Korea to visit one of my friends since he was having his wedding. He gave me the invitation. I went there and I'm making this video now and it's pretty late. It's very late now. Well, since it was my first time going to a Korean wedding, I had to do a little bit of research. And some of this research actually helped me know what to expect in Korean wedding. So I have 6 things for you guys to know about Korean weddings. The first thing you guys need to know is the timeline of the actual date of the wedding. Weddings in Korea don't really take that long to plan, so you can pretty much have a really nice wedding in just a matter of 2 to 3 months. So it's pretty typical Korean stuff, I guess. The second thing is the venue. The reason why Korean weddings always are pretty easy just to plan it is because the whole industry is built on convenience and speed of directing the wedding, pretty much. Unlike here in the United States. So most Korean go into wedding halls or banquet halls and hotels or buildings that are made for that. So pretty much you have to just sign a contract and they'll take care of every single detail imaginable. The flowers, the food, the music, the perfect chairs, the perfect linens, the caterers, everything's a package deal pretty much. Bro, even the wedding dress. Even though these are fast and convenient, there are a little bit of drawbacks to this. There might be the same weddings during that same day. Not really at the same time. Well, fortunately for my friend, he didn't have the same, he didn't share a wedding with someone. There was a wedding after his wedding, so pretty much we just were eating and all that stuff, so then we all had to get up because the other people from the other wedding were already gonna go into the buffet area already. And also, despite that Korea is also most of the people there are Christians, they don't have weddings in churches. Well, not that it's not very common for that to happen. Number 3 is the guests. Okay, so in Korean tradition, both sets of parents are the ones that mostly invite mostly invite regardless whether the bride and groom knew who they are, to be honest. And then weddings usually result for pretty much more than 500 guests. But then it causes stress to the newlyweds because then they have to greet every single person that gets into the banquet area. Even though now people are breaking tradition like that, I actually got my invite electronically through Kakao. It's like a website type of invitation that only the people who have the link get to give it out. So I actually got my invitation electronically, and then gave me the time, the day, and the location, and that was pretty much it. So. And also, once you actually get the invitation, there is no RSVP. Unlike here in the United States where you had to RSVP to know of the exact amount of people are actually going to go into the wedding, most of these Korean companies that manage the weddings usually do a head count of all the people who are gonna supposedly show up with the amount of guests that they come, 500. RSVPs are not customary nor a necessity in Korea. Also, if you're attending a Korean wedding, there's one thing that's very important that you should know. It's a customary money gift in an envelope to the newlywed. There are no wedding registries in Korea, and giving money is not as tacky as doing here in the United States or in Western cultures. But it is protocol to Korean weddings. And the amount usually depends on the relationship you have to either the bride or the groom. So since I actually had to do, the good thing I actually found this piece of information, because then I would have been I would have ruined my relationship with my friend and be oh, you didn't give me money? Oh, we're not friends anymore. Bye-bye. He wouldn't even say that. He probably would think why did you give me money? You're supposed to give me the money. So yeah, it usually depends on the relationship you have with one of the brides and the grooms. So for example, if you're a young person attending the wedding, if it's some wedding that, you were invited to, you didn't know who the bridegroom is. So I'm guessing the customary exchange will probably be $30 or 30,000 won. Since I'm close to the groom, pretty much it should be around 50,000 won, which that's what I gave him. But apparently it was considered too much, I guess. I don't remember. That wedding was since March. I can't remember what happened in March, to be honest. And also, you guys will actually be surprised of the variation of guest outfits. Pretty much the old rule is saying like the bride can only wear white, but there's some people that do wear. There's like some girls that would wear white or an off-white color. Like some people even show up with sneakers and jeans. Like even one of my friends who is the groom, he had a friend that literally wore like Converse for the wedding, even though he had like a nice long winter coat with just like a white dress shirt and slacks and Converse, and he didn't have a tie, and that was okay apparently. The other guests too, there was like a young couple. One had like one of those sweater jerseys, sweater jersey hoodies to that. I was like, and people actually allow that? Like I was like, what the hell was going on? I'm like, that's not proper attire, but apparently that doesn't really matter. I actually dressed like in an actual suit, so I want to be presentable and formal, so I didn't want to look like, you know, some American guy. I want to come like looking all like slaggedy, if slaggedy is even a word. Okay, so then number 4 on the list would actually be the pre-ceremony. While in Western customs, it is bad luck for the bride and the groom to actually see each other. In Korea, you could actually go in together. So before the ceremony, the groom is with the parents of both families, greeting the other guests that are arriving in there. So the bride will actually sit in her own bridal room, where she could, where the guests could also meet her, interact with her, and take pictures with her. So then comes number 5, the ceremony. So above all, Korean weddings are short and sweet, whereas other cultures and countries, majority of like the wedding is for the bride and the groom. But for this case, I kind of felt like in Korea, it's mostly, I think, for guest preferences. The guest preferences always comes first, apparently. I guess that's a good thing. You want to have your guests comfortable and all that stuff and be convenient and all that stuff. But it is technically like their day. Like, to be honest, I kind of noticed like not everyone that were invited, they didn't even show up into the ceremony. They literally like went straight into the buffet area and like just like started like eating. So I kind of thought like that was like, I think, rude, but I guess that's normal, I guess, in Korean culture. I don't know. I thought this would be like that would not be acceptable. I thought it wouldn't be acceptable, but I guess it's something, you know, that no one cares. But then it comes to a point where like not every guest wants to attend a wedding very long and all that stuff. So then usually like weddings take the ceremony usually takes like about like half an hour. Of it, half an hour or an hour. It will usually be presented by like an officiant of like the company or an MC. Most likely it will be someone someone that they usually like the bride, the newlyweds are personal to. They will be like the MC of the wedding. So there's no bridesmaids, no ring bearer, no flower. Well, actually there was a flower people. Yeah, they were flower. Yeah, that's the only thing that's like the same. They were flower girls, but there was no ring bearer, no groomsmen either. Instead, there's like a speech, then like a musical performance.
Love is like a lasting place, a shelter from the storm. And some say love is everything, some say they don't know.
And sometimes the musical performance will actually be the people in the company, the wedding company, would arrange the music. I mean, who will be the performer, exactly. Usually they'll be like, you know, big celebrities or all that stuff, but we did get one singer, but I'm not familiar with her, but my friend and his wife knew who she was. So. So yeah, so a brief musical performance, then the kiss, and that's pretty much it, basically. In the beginning, there was also like the joining of the two families. The mom and the groom's side, and then the mom on the bride's side are the ones in charge and do the ritual for the joining of the two families. So pretty much in a whole, you could have like a whole 2 hours just being in that same venue, pretty much. Which means that there is no reception. Hallelujah. I really like the reception is like it kind of like drags on too much in Western culture, but that, you know, that's like the only difference I see. There's like no very upscale weddings. There's no dancing. There's no DJ. No speeches. Only the MC does the speech. After the ceremony, guests are expected to eat at the buffet area, which are a few people already had a head start because they didn't even see the ceremony. We eat the meals, and then you have like later on you see like the bride and the groom will come to each table and greet everyone else. Afterwards, we just greet the couple, and then we just leave, and that's it. Okay, and then there's number 5. That's number 5, right? Was it number 5? I'm already lost. I have no idea. Okay, yeah. So then it's number 6. So pretty much after the wedding ceremony, which is like the modern wedding ceremony, and then most of us go to the like the buffet area and eat. So there's like a short Korean ceremony just for the families called the piebek. The bride and groom wear special wedding hanbok, and they'll bow to their parents, which they are seated behind a table with like chestnuts, parmesans, and jujubes, which are like symbolic wedding foods in Korean tradition. So the parents will give a blessing to the couple, as well as an entertainment game like catch the jujubes and the chestnuts. And it's to predict how many daughters and sons the couples will have. As for whether guests can wear hanboks, they're not. Only people related to the family are allowed to wear hanbok. So the mother of the bride will typically wear a pink or a purple hanbok, and the mother of the groom will wear a blue hanbok. So pretty much that's like your typical Korean wedding. I may not have like covered everything else, but if you guys have been to Korean weddings and you've experienced something else, you could leave a comment down below and tell me your experience. So I gotta say, this was actually a really good experience for me that I get to actually see this wedding. That's my first time. And also, if you have other wedding traditions from other countries or cultures, don't mind sharing your experience or share it down here in the comments down below. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Have a great season. Have a great end of summer. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye bye.